Hey everyone, Once Bitten here. So this is a battle report on the eve before the Brawler Bash. Brawler Bash is a tournament, 3,000 points, very few restrictions. About a dozen special characters not allowed. Otherwise, totally no comp. And more importantly, it's famous for awarding points based on what you kill, not based on whether you win or lose or anything like that. So I put together a list with the help of one of my channel subscribers, and I've had literally one practice game on Universal Battles with this list. And so this is the night before the tourney, and one fear I have is, what happens if I go against a dwarf gun line? I know there out of 76 players in this tournament, there are 7 dwarfs, and 7 dwarfs, and I'm like, you know what? It'd be nice to get a practice game against a dwarf gun line, or at least a dwarf army. So yeah, I saw somebody there who had one, and I asked if he wanted a practice game. He said yes, and we did it. So let's look at it. On the far left, he's got a cannon. It's got the rune of get to re-roll a die. His other cannon has the same rune, so one of them has flaming, but it doesn't matter against me. He's got a gyrocopter. Then he's got a unit of quarrelers, another unit of quarrelers, a couple of gyrocopters you can see. He's got a grudge thrower behind him. The 2 blocks of troops, you see, the one in the back, it's a small unit of hammers. He's got his general is either with them or between those 2 units. His general is a special character, and he's basically a master engineer with, any special character always has special benefits. But this dude, Grim Burlickson, he's basically a master engineer. So he's going to help out one of those 2 organ guns. Then he's got a unit of Longbeards. They're actually turned facing away from me because their BSB has he's got a rune that basically gives everybody a 5+ ward against any kind of magic missile or shooting attack, something like that. And he just wants, I think as when he turns around, he makes sure the hammers are covered. Anyway, obviously a couple of organ guns. Next to them, a unit of Iron Drakes. Yep. You can see a couple other gyrocopters and another unit of quarrelers. And in the far corner, he's got another cannon. So yeah, so in this corner I've got a unit of 5 Demigryph Knights. They've got a musician in standard, nothing else. There's a steam tank on the hill. Another unit of 5 Demigryph Knights with a flaming banner. Behind them, unit of 5 regular knights with 2 level 1 light wizards. One of them has the one with the yellow staff has a dispel scroll. The other one has MR2 and the 6+ ward against war machines. Got 18 Inner Circle Knights. Got a level 4 Lore of Light with the scroll of shielding. Yeah, I should have given him the staff of the earthing rod, or the earthing staff. I don't know, the one that gives you reroll, to get a reroll miscasts. But I screwed up in my lists. My battle standard bearer's in there. He's got a 1-up with a single reroll. He's got a sword that allows him to always wound on a 5-up. Another unit of 5 Vanilla Knights. This one has yet another level 1 Lore of Light wizard. This guy has the staff we can reroll miscasts. So I should have given him to my level 4. I made a mistake, but this guy I can give him Burning Gaze and let him throw more dice on it, and we should be okay. Another unit of 5 Demigryph Knights. This has a Gleaming Pennant and another steam tank. So I'm fast moving. I've got a 1-up armor. That will help me a little bit against the shooting. But he's got a lot of gyrocopters to redirect me. So yeah, I'm just really curious. Can I get into combat fast enough, to avoid a lot of shooting against me? I lose the turn to go first. One of the gyrocopters flies over my lines. Another 2 hide behind the building. And you can see the other 2 are waiting in reserve. So he's got 5 gyrocopters just going to chaff me up. Otherwise, he doesn't really move a whole lot. Yeah, there's that one. He's going to lay a flame temple down. It doesn't bother my guys. And over here, 1 cannon. I think actually he crisscrossed his cannon. So this is coming from the cannon on the other corner that actually was in my flank. And luckily, he killed one and then failed to wound the other one, because he could have just gone right down the line and killed all of my guys. And all this would have taken to avoid was to have angled them a little bit so that neither one of the cannons were in my flank. Now, arguably, these guys went down before his cannons were down. But I need to start thinking of that, of where could his cannons go. If he puts them in opposite corners, in a flank shot would devastate these guys. My demigryphs on the opposite side took a flank shot from this cannon on this side, and they did lose 3 demigryphs. Luckily, they passed their panic. Something else opens up when these guys, kills 3 knights. We go to Empire turn 1. So yeah, what am I going to do? I move up a little bit, as you can see. Yep, here's the left. I mean, it looks like I'm close in, ready to get engaged with stuff, but you know, he's got so many gyrocopters, he's going to chaff me up. Let's see, during the magic phase, and going over his list, I should have said he has basically, I think he has 2 runesmiths, and that's it. But I'm also thinking he had 2 of the things where he can dispel a spell and then possibly remove it. And then he has just a regular dispel scroll. So he might have 2 runesmiths and rune lord. I'm just not sure. It's something like that. But it's whatever he has is good enough just to totally shut down my magic phase. So he shuts down my magic phase. I no longer have banishment. We go to the shooting phase when the steam tanks kills an organ gun. So that's helpful. And nothing else happens. We go to dwarf turn 2 when the gyrocopters flies over this unit. He like drops bombs on him or whatever as he flies over, and it doesn't do anything to him because I have a 1-up. I think he kills 1 knight. Otherwise, it looks like this. So if you look at the bottom, there's a gyrocopter that charges the flank of that knight unit. I think it's a great idea. He may do 1 wound at the most, but he'll have a charge in the flank. I have a banner. He's going to win. I'm going to be steadfast, and you never know what could happen. And if he wins it, you know, he gets a unit of knights as well as a wizard. So not a bad idea at all. Otherwise, you can see him chaffing. Here's chaffing on the left. There's chaffing in the middle. Now this one is interesting because I have 3 demis, and one of them has 2 wounds on him. So if he does any wounds to this unit, that demi on the right goes away, and now he's not chaffing me up. And after combat, yeah, he wins. I'm steadfast, and I turn to face him. So I've got any round of combat, I've got 4 humans and 4 horses that can hit him. The problem is I'm wounding on 5s, and he's going to have a 4-up ward, not a ward, armor save. And then if I win, he's got leadership 9. Now, no reroll, but it's tough to win by a lot. So we go to Empire turn 2. I think my opponent made a crucial mistake here. I charged my demigryphs into the chaffing gyrocopter, and he fled with it, which opened up the possibility for me to charge his remaining organ gun, which I think I needed a decent roll, like a 9 or something, to make it. But that possibility is fantastic. I can hit the organ gun. I can overrun into the Iron Drakes, which means he can't stand and shoot. And I've got demigryphs right up in his business. I'm very excited about that. If you look in the top right corner, my demigryphs, there's only 2 left, but they make a charge into his coilers in the woods. Not only do I only have 2 left, but I have 2 left and they have 2 wounds on one of them. So he's torn those guys up. But I should win combat, and if I do, he won't be steadfast. So that's very helpful. There's the gyrocopter fleeing. My knights in the middle, go ahead and charge this guy. Assuming I beat him and he runs away, or I kill him, which I should. All I can do is reform, and he can charge me with his longbeards if he wants to. And if he does, there's nothing I can do about it. I just hope he fails the charge. If he makes the charge, my BSB has Crown of Command. I should be able to stick there for a long time. But he also has a really decent chance of killing my level 4. Level 4 has a 4-up ward, but that doesn't help him forever. Yeah, on the left, you know, I had a choice here. I could have gone after the cannon on the left. I felt it'd be better to just get the points. Again, it doesn't matter if you win, lose, or draw. It matters how much stuff you kill. So I figure my steam tank can play around with his cannon, can shoot at him, and my demigryphs can go against where all the points are. My steam tank on the right has no fantastic targets. I decide, because I'm in the flank, that just for the heck of it, I'll put a cannonball down the flank of these quarrelers, and I kill 4 of them. And over here, I win, he sticks. After combat over here, so the demics in the middle easily kill the organ gun. They overrun, they hit the Iron Drakes. I'm looking at that like I'm golden. I am right up in his business, taking care of his stuff. My demigryphs in the woods don't take any wounds. They win combat. The quarrelers break. They do not run off the table, which was kind of a bummer. And of course, I win combat here. We go to Dwarf turn 2. He charges the Longbeards into my Inner Circle Knights, and he fails the charge. Thank you so much. Thank you. Over here, his cannon shoots my demis. He kills one of them by Pass My Panic. And he does some kind of shooting on these guys, kills a couple of them. And after combat, oh, I forgot to say, I didn't take a picture of this for some reason, but on his turn, his hammers, his general, that special character, charged the flank of my demigryphs, which opened up a path for his hammers to hit my demigryphs. And oh my goodness, hammers are fearful. Now, for one, my opponent rolled Hatred army-wide, so that's helping him. So he's getting to rerolls to hit. These guys have a runesmith in there, so they are Strength 6 armor piercing, rerolling to hit. They crushed my demigryphs, absolutely crushed them. So after combat, my big unit demis in the middle that I thought was all up in his business and was going to win me the game are just totally demolished. And of course here I win combat and he sticks. I can't roll a 6 to save my life down there. We go to Empire turn 3. Not a whole lot going on. Well, I shouldn't say that. There is a lot going on. Mainly my Inner Circle Knights charge. I decided not to charge the front of his Longbeards because I didn't see the point. So I decided to charge the Quarrelers. My demigryphs on the left charge the Quarrelers on the hill. Now the problem is he's got Stubborn within 12 inches. So, you know, you pretty much, with a reroll especially, you're going to have to kill these guys to a man. And that's easier said than done against Dwarfs. The steam tank rolls up and charges the flank of the Iron Drakes. Again, they cannot stand and shoot. This is awesome. I get D6 plus 3D3 impact hits. I'm going to kill a bunch of those guys. I don't need them to run necessarily. Just the fact that I get to weaken him so much is great. His hammers are going to charge the flank of my steam tank. I know that. He's going to do a lot of wounds. But steam tanks still are hard to kill. And my demis go ahead and charge these guys again. He should have lost his banner when he fled. I don't know if that would have made a difference. But whatever. I charge him. After combat, it looks like that. Still, the gyrocopter at the bottom. I can't get through his toughness. It's so frustrating. I'm wounded on 6s, and he gets a 4-up armor, and I just can't do anything about it. He can't get past my 1-up armor, and I win by a standard every time, and he just sticks. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, so I do a bunch of wounds to the Quarrelers, but at the end of the day, I win. He is Stubborn on a 9 rerollable. He sticks around. Look at the demis. There were only 6 Quarrelers on the hill. They kill 5. I thought 5 was below average. I thought I should have crushed them, but whatever. They are there. I guess the good news is on my opponent's turn, he can't shoot at the demigryphs, and there's one guy remaining, so I should kill him next time. And over on the right, I kill that unit of Quarrelers and turn and look at those Iron Drakes. They are severely depleted. So the hammer is going to charge my steam tank next time. They're going to do a bunch of wounds. They shouldn't kill it. And then my demigryphs can charge the flank of the Iron Drakes and should just mop them up. Dwarfs turn 4. Yeah, overall it looks like that. The only thing of movement that mattered was these guys. They turned to charge to... he charges gyrocopter into the rear of my Inner Circle Knights, which is brilliant. That damn gyrocopter, not only is it toughness 5, but it is Stubborn 9 rerollable. It doesn't matter what happens here, that gyrocopter is going to stick. And then he can charge me in the flank with those Longbeards. Longbeards are hand weapon shield, so they shouldn't do too many wounds to me, but my level 4 is sitting there right next to him. Now, there are some things I can do here. One, if my demigryphs win combat on my opponent's turn, I can charge the Grudge Thrower on my turn and do it by wheeling a lot so that if the overrun takes me into the flank of the Longbeards, that's one thing I can do. 2, after this turn, with my Inner Circle Knights, I can reform. I'd have to keep my level 4 in combat, but I could get him on the other side of the combat so he's not being charged by he's not being attacked by all these Longbeards. Cannon takes care of my steam tank, which doesn't really matter. We were shooting back and forth. He won that duel. And after combat, yeah, the demis, they killed the last guy. We knew that was going to happen. My Inner Circle Knights, there is one Quarreler there still. I swear, I cannot kill these guys. It's frustrating me. I'm winning. My opponent's Stubborn. He sticks around. Hammers charge the flank of the steam tank. I can't see the number of wounds, but they actually kind of fluff a little bit. So they're strength 6 armor piercing. I only have, I think, a 5 up armor save. So they, even with hatred, they only hit a certain amount. They only wound a certain amount. I make some saves. Steam Tank is easily still alive. Go to Empire turn 4. So at the bottom, I take 2 wizards out of the knight unit. I take them at the very, very bottom. The red knight unit is set up to charge the flank of that gyrocopter, hoping just what's it going to take down there. If you look at the top middle, my demigryphs charge into a severe wheel to get into the flank of the grudge thrower. If they win, they can overrun and hit the flank of the longbeards, and that should save my inner circle knights. Demigryphs, the top middle right, charge the flank of the iron drakes. And his gyrocopter that fled, he failed to rally last time. He's sitting on 1 wound remaining. But he rallied on just to the right of this picture. So there's that. My steam tank gets some steam points and grinds and kills some hammers. Yeah, there's that. And after combat, yeah, the grudge thrower easily goes down. My demigryph knights charge the flank of the longbeards. Look at the coroller in the front of my inner circle knights. I can't kill him. How many hits? What does it take, guys? I can't do anything. So inner circle knights are just sitting there doing nothing. And we just can't. I cannot roll a 6 to wound this guy for the life of me. We go to Dwarfs turn 5. Really, there's not a whole lot of movement going on. The only thing that happened is Gyrocopter charges the rear of my demigryph's knights. It's probably a decent gambit, especially in Brawler Bash, because he has nothing to lose for it. But he only has 1 wound left. I only have 1 Iron Drake left alive in front of me, so I can take all my attacks towards the Gyrocopter, and I can just stomp the Iron Drake. So it yields me those points. Again, my opponent doesn't lose anything from it, but it does give me some points. And if I fluff it against the Gyrocopter, he's got a charge and a rear, which is 3 combat res, which would mean a lot. So I think that was probably a smart play on his part, given the situation. The cannon in the left corner shoots at those 3 knights. He kills 1 of them. They fail their panic and run off the board. And after combat, I cannot do a wound against this Gyrocopter. I'm ready to throw something. After combat, yeah, my demigryphs, I think they failed to kill the Iron Drake. Oh my gosh, what does it take? But they do kill. I mean, I had 2 stomp attacks. That's what I thought it would take. I did kill the Gyrocopter, so that's nice. He hasn't killed the steam tank net yet, so that's nice. Demigryphs are holding their own. The Longbeards are facing him. I think we're going to lose the Demigryphs by the end of the game, but again, what I lose doesn't affect me. It's what I kill. I finally killed the last of the Quarrelers. I reformed to face the Gyrocopter. I didn't turn the guys because neither one of us cared enough. We knew they were reformed. And I think I should get points for the Gyrocopter. The problem is I don't think I'm going to get points for those Longbeards no matter what. So what my Demigryphs are doing are allocating every attack they can against the Battle Standard Bearer. The Hammers have the stubborn within 12 inches rule, but I don't have a way to kill the Hammers yet besides grinding with my steam tank. The BSB, of course, is with the Longbeards, and he's given them the reroll. So it's a stubborn reroll that is absolutely killing me here. And down here, miracle of all miracles, I finally win combat, and on a 9 reduced to 8, the Gyrocopter finally, after a million rounds of combat, finally breaks. Go to Empire turn 5. I grind at the Hammers, look at them, just tear them up. So remaining, his general died a long time ago when he charged the flank of the 4-man demigryph units. This unit has a runesmith in there, and they're down to a single banner, but that banner is a stubborn banner. But anyway, at least they're getting manageable now. We go to Dwarf turn 6, and finally the demigryphs kill the last Iron Drake. They reform so they can charge either the flank of the Longbeards or the flank of the Hammers, which means charging the Runesmith. I don't mind charging the Longbeards, but I think it's a lost cause. I don't think I'm going to get those points no matter what. If you'll notice, however, his BSB is gone. So the demigryphs took care of him, so now he is still stubborn, but there's no reroll. After combat, his Hammers finally take the last wound off the steam tank, and he's just sitting there like that. So I've got 2 demigryphs, one of which has 2 wounds on it. They're going to charge the Runesmith and kill him, and then they'll be in contact with the Hammer's Standard Bearer. I'm going to win combat, and really the only question is, can I break him, or does he stick? So it looks like that. Oh wait, let me take that back. This the Demigryph Knights charge at the flank of the Runesmith, my Demigryphs can kill the Runesmith, and really they should. Then I'm in base contact with the Standard Bearer, and then I get my stomp attacks. And that's how the only chance I have of killing that guy. Otherwise, in Empire turn 6, everything looks like that. And after combat, I finally kill the Runesmith and the hammers. He's left with the only thing he has left on the board. I think he has a cannon in the top left, probably a cannon in the top right. I'm not sure. He's got a gyrocopter, which I never ever could kill. Matter of fact, I don't think I ever did a wound to the thing. And his Longbeards, of course, are still alive, and I think they still have the Runesmith alive with them. My Demigryph should have broken, but I made some kind of insane roll, and he's stuck. So, as far as a Brawler Bash game is concerned, this was a good win for the Empire. It wasn't absolutely huge. He still has a character, a unit, and a gyrocopter and 2 cannons. But I think if there were objectives, I probably would have gotten them. So it was a good sign that this list can handle a gun line. For my opponent, he killed a fair amount of stuff, but because I had those Demigryphs left, and most of my characters, it probably would have been a very average score for him for it. So at the end of the day, it was a fun game. I think because there's no pressure on it, my opponent was a good guy. We had fun with this game, and you know, even though it wasn't really a gun line, but it was a Dwarf Hermie. There was still you know, a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, that's it. Everyone once been here. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As you know, YouTube has several functions you can use to interact with videos such as this. You can like the video, you can leave a comment, you can favorite the video. I want you to know that I appreciate it when you do things like that. It feels much more interactive than simply me talking to a screen. So if you're willing to do so, please like, comment, and favorite the videos. Subscribe to the channel if you want, and you certainly are welcome to share this video on your blog or other websites if you are so inclined. Again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.